Hello dear students, in this lesson I'm going to talking about rectangle and rhombus. In rectangle, diagonals are congruent. It means these two diagonals are congruent. So when we name this rectangle, for example, we have A, B, C, D. The diagonals of AC is equal to the diagonals of DB or BD. After that, for rhombus, in a rhombus, diagonals are perpendicular. These two diagonals are perpendicular. It means these two diagonals are cross each other and create four right angles here. And then in a rhombus, diagonals bisect the opposite angles. It means these diagonals bisect these angles into two equal parts. So these two angles are congruent always. These two angles are congruent. But in rectangle, these diagonals not bisect these angles. Always this angles is greater than this one. For example, if the measure of this small angle is 10, the measure of the big angle or greater angle is 2 times 10 equal to 20. And then we have this example, we have this rectangle, and then we have some information about this rectangle. FGH E is a rectangle, and then FG is 60 centimeter. The measure of FG is 60 centimeter, and the measure of FH is 85 centimeter. We have to find the measure of JF. So we can say the measure of EG, the line segment of EG is congruent to the line segment FH. EG equal to FH, because in rectangle the diagonals are congruent. So you can say EG equal to FH. EG equal to FH equal to 85 centimeter. And then we can say JG is equal to the half of EG, 1 out of 2 EG. So JG equal to 1 out of 2 times 85. We have to change this whole number to fraction and then multiply. 1 times 85 is 85, 2 times 1 is 2. 85 divided by 2 is 42.5. So the length of JG equal to 42.5 centimeter. After that, you have this figure, and you have some information about this figure. RSTV is a rhombus. RSTV is a rhombus. You have to find the value of TV. So the length of ST equal to the length of SR. ST equal to SR because in rhombus all sides are congruent. So the length of ST we have by expression 4x plus 7 equal to SR is 9x minus 11, and then we can combine the like terms. 4x positive 9x become negative 9x equal to negative 11, and positive 7 become negative 7. 4x minus 9x plus times minus is minus. You have to subtract 9 minus 4 is 5x, and then you have to write the sign of the large number is negative 5x is equal to negative times negative is positive. You have to add 11 plus 7 equal to 18 and the sign of the large number, and then you have to divide both sides by negative 5. These two 5's are reduced. X equal to 18 divided by 5 equal to 3.6, and then minus divided by minus, or minus times minus is plus. So the value for x is 3.6, and then we have to find the value of TV, or TV. So we can write, or we can find the value for SR. The value for SR is 9x minus 11. So 9 times the value for x is 3.6 minus 11. So 9 times 3.6 is equal to 32.4 minus 11. 32.4 minus 11 equal to 21.4. So the length of the line segment SR equal to 21.4, and then equal to the length of TV, because this shape is a rhombus, and in rhombus all sides are congruent. And then we have a theorem for rectangle. If one angle of a parallelogram is a right angle, then the parallelogram is a rectangle. وتعالى أجر لا كيشك أجر لا تريبك سوري غوشيكي وستاوي هبو أو لا كيشك بيوتري لا كيشك. And then if the diagonals of a parallelogram are congruent, then the parallelogram is a rectangle. وتعالى أجر لا تريبك أدو تيرك جود بون أو بيوتري rectangle. We have this example, and we have some information about this figure. The length of xy equal to wz, and the length of xw equal to yz, and the length of xz equal to wy. This is line segment. So we have to prove that xyzw is a rectangle. We have to prove this figure is a rectangle. So we can say wxyz is a parallelogram, because the opposite sides are congruent. And then we can say xz, if we draw a line segment from x to z, so xz equal to wy, like that. If we draw a line segment from x to z and w to y, so you can say xz equal to wy, the diagonals. So we can say the diagonals of wx yz are congruent. So because of the diagonals of this figure are congruent, we can say XYWZ is a rectangle. After that, we have this triangle, and we have some information about this triangle. BC equal to BD, BC equal to BD, M is midpoint of CD. It means this triangle is an isosceles triangle, and we have to prove that. And then we have ML parallel to CB. ML parallel to CB, ML and CB are parallel, and MS is parallel to MD. We have to prove that MSBL is a rhombus. MSBL, we have to prove that this figure is a rhombus. So we can say MS, the line segment of MS is parallel to LB, and ML is parallel to SB. So this is given. So we can say MSBL is a parallelogram. After that, we can say BM, the line segment of BM is a midpoint of midpoint or median, is a median of triangle BCD. So triangle BCD is an isosceles triangle. So you can say BM is bisect of this angle B or DBC. BM bisect the angle CBD. So we can say MSBL is a rhombus. After that, we have this figure, and we have some information about this figure. MLBN is a parallelogram. MNBL is a parallelogram, and measure of SML, this angle, plus the measure of SNB, SNB equal to 90. So we have to prove that MLBN is a rhombus. MLBN is a rhombus. So we can say MLBN is a parallelogram. So we can say by this way, we can say the measure of SML, the measure of angle SML plus the measure of angle SNB equal to 90 degree, and then we can say the measure of angle SML plus the measure of angle SML and SMN equal to the measure of angle LMN. The measure of angle SML, this angle is equal, plus the measure of this angle SMN equal to the measure of this big angle LMN. So MS, you can say MS is a midpoint or a median, is a median of triangle LMN. MS is a median of triangle LMN, this MS. And then you can say triangle LMN is an isosceles triangle. So the measure of angle SML equal to the measure of angle SMN. The measure of angle SML equal to this measure of this angle SMN equal to both are 19, and one of them is 19 divided by 2 is 45. So you can say the measure of angle LMN equal to 90, and we can say MS bisect LMN, MS bisect LMN, so LMNB is a rhombus. After that, you have this figure. This is the last example about this lesson. So for this figure, you have to prove that LBNH is a square. LBNH is a square. So first, you can say LBHN is a parallelogram. And then you can say LBNH is a rectangle, because the diagonals bisect each other, and the diagonals are congruent because we have 4 right angles. So LBNH is a rectangle, and HB is perpendicular bisector of LN. The diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. So you can say LBNH is a rhombus, because the diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. So you can say LBNH is a square.